Prospective medical studies reveal an undeniable pattern. Sitting perfectly still for hours continuously carries strong independent risks for both cardiovascular and all-cause mortality. Many people assume that a daily workout neutralizes this risk. In exercise science, this misconception is known as the active couch potato fallacy. Physiologically, a 45-minute moderate gym session does not cancel out 10 hours of continuous sitting. The metabolic stall that occurs in your body during a full day of inactivity requires more than a brief window of exercise to correct. The issue relies on what researchers call a dose-response relationship. This means the severity of the health outcome is directly tied to the amount of exposure. In this case, the longer your continuous, uninterrupted dose of sitting, the higher your risk of developing conditions like type 2 diabetes. Protecting your long-term health requires examining your actual routine. To do that, we will conduct an active audit of your daily seated hours and build a targeted system to break the sedentary chain. Step 1 is to map out your schedule. Grab a notepad or open a blank digital document on your screen. This timeline bar represents your 24-hour day. Estimate the time sitting during breakfast and your morning commute. Now add the consecutive hours you sit at a desk during your workday, usually a continuous block of 7 to 8 hours. Next, factor in your evening commute, time seated for dinner, and your evening leisure time. Tally all these numbers together to get your total accumulated sedentary hours. Compare your final number against the medical data. Accumulating more than 8 to 10 hours of sitting per day pushes you past standard danger thresholds for cardiovascular risk. Seeing this massive daily total visually proves how easily this happens. Passive, unconscious accumulation of sitting throughout the day is the primary health vulnerability for modern workers. Watch how this chart splits your total sitting time into two categories, occupational and discretionary. Occupational sitting represents the required hours that pay your bills. Because your job depends on them, these hours are structurally harder to eliminate. Discretionary sitting covers your optional evening and weekend hours. Here, we want to look specifically at the blocks of time dedicated to watching television. Evening screen time is an aggressive risk factor. It combines prolonged, uninterrupted sitting with a low metabolic resting rate, right at the end of the day when your body is already winding down. Establish a rule right now to cut this discretionary TV sitting in half. You can do this by standing up during episodes or by completing active household chores while the screen is on. Targeting your discretionary time first gives you the highest immediate reduction in cardiovascular risk, and it requires zero impact on your professional productivity. Now we shift focus to the unavoidable hours, occupational sitting. To manage these, we will implement scheduled movement breaks. Transitioning from a chair to a standing position engages your large leg muscles. This muscular contraction restalled glucose metabolism and improves blood flow. Open a timer application on your phone or your computer desktop right now. Configure a recurring alarm for 30-minute intervals. This forces a physical break in your workflow, taking the decision-making process out of your hands. When the alarm sounds, you do not need to do intense exercise or leave the office. You only need to stand up, pace your immediate area, or fetch a glass of water. This automated system transforms a dangerous, continuous block of occupational sitting into manageable, metabolically active segments. Your audit is complete. You have calculated your daily dose, established a reduced target for your discretionary time, and set an active timer for your occupational hours. This side-by-side comparison chart shows your progress. On the left is the dangerous, unbroken block of daily sitting. On the right is your new baseline, safely segmented by frequent movement breaks and a minimized evening block. By breaking up your sedentary time, this new baseline aligns perfectly with the protocols proven in prospective medical studies to actively reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes and lower overall mortality. Leave your 30-minute timer running right now to test the system for the remainder of your workday. Cardiovascular health for desk workers is not won during a single hour at the gym. It is maintained through the continuous, calculated disruption of the chair.